Heyo, it's me, Hyper Savage, and today is the final day of 12 days of arts and coffees. That's where I do an art and craft and we cozy up with some coffee. Today I'm gonna be finally using this canvas, amongst other things, but first, we need to have our final coffee. And the flavor is chocolate cherry flavored coffee. I don't like cherry, but hopefully it's still good. Alright, here's our last coffee. Not really looking forward to tasting it. Ew. Okay, so we have a canvas here, but we're not actually going to be painting on it. Let's rip it out. What the heck? There we go. And we can take a look at it. It is a very standard canvas. I would say it's a little bit better than the dollar store when it comes to the wood on the back, because it is sanded, but as you can see they have a lot of glue sticking out, and typically canvases are wrapped around and stapled on the back. This one is glued on here. I don't know if that makes it better or worse, but I'm gonna say it's not as good. Just because I prefer my canvas to be wrapped all the way around and stapled for the extra support, you know? But that's besides the point. I'm actually going to be doing some paper crafting. I have stickers and like scraps and holiday themed stickers and scrap paper that we can use. I don't know if I'm using everything or just a couple things. We'll see once we get into it. But the twist today is we're actually going to be taking one of my background sheets and using it on this canvas, because look at it, it is a mess. It's time for us to remove it, because I'm a huge fan of recycling stuff here, and because this is such a mess, I'm gonna want to use it in a project where I can hide the parts that I don't like. Like this has glue on it from when I did the gingerbread man. So I'm gonna be taking this one, I think, on the right. And now it's gone. So let's readjust ourselves so the background is in the center. So I'm gonna try to do my very best to get the center here of this. I am going to be trimming it down and wrapping it around just to ensure that it's on the canvas here, because the canvas is not like a very adhesiveable, is that a word, surface to work on, so I want to make sure I have it fully covered. Alright, so basically what I've done here is I went ahead and wrapped this around using glue and glue tape. So now it is completely wrapped and should be easier to paper craft on, and it might be a little bit hard to tell the difference between this and the background sometimes, but hopefully the shadow will be enough to help. So now basically I'm going to play around with my paper crafting stuff. I am trying to go for a coffee theme because I feel like we need some more coffee for our last day of 12 days of arts and coffees. Well, this actually came from my 12 days of arts and crafts last year. It was part of the box that my 12 coffees came in. So I went ahead and I cut it up and saved it all this time. Okay, I have an idea because I have some leftover paint sitting in front of me from the last project I was working on. What if I like painted a wreath on here? Okay, I'm gonna wait for this to dry a little bit before I move on to sticking stuff down. I'm trying to decide if I want the coffee to be in the wreath or if I want the snowflakes to be in the wreath, like a part of it. Maybe I can have both. Alright, I'm gonna start gluing some stuff down and pressing these stickers in. And I think I figured out how I want this to be. I got this cute washi tape. I think it came from Five Below, and I'm gonna put it around the edges just to reinforce the folds a bit better. Alright, now for the finishing touch. This sticker in the center came from Unicorn Eclipse. I was not expecting it to write like that. Alright, I think I'm all done here. Obviously the coffee part was not written well because I was not expecting the marker to work that way. But I think the part where I put time of year looks pretty good. Yeah, coffee time of year. You know, that's all year. But, you know, especially when it's cold out, you definitely need that extra hot coffee, you know? Here are the edges. They're not super perfect and they are coming up, but I think it still looks pretty cute. Again, this big sticker in the middle came from Unicorn Eclipse. I will put a link to them down below. Okay, I took the background away just so you could see a little bit better because it was the same paper. Alright, I'm gonna try to make this like as short as possible while also getting as many opinions out as I can at the same time about the Arteza brand and the advent calendar. So let's kind of like start off with the things that I wasn't too happy with, which was the round canvases. No surprise to anybody. I think all the reviews I've watched about the Arteza advent calendar after starting the series was everyone was disappointed in these round canvases because they were super thin. It was basically, you know, canvas over chipboard. So it wasn't like the best quality. And if they had come in like a stack of 5 or something in one slot, I would have, you know, not cared that much. But because it was 2 canvases in 2 individual slots, it was kind of like, it's a throwaway. The other thing that I did not like was the acrylic wash. Maybe it's just not the medium for me, but it was just really thin. It was thinner than the gouache and it was thinner than the acrylic paint, so I didn't really understand what it was for. Like, I just don't understand the medium in general, but for it to be thinner than both of the mediums it's trying to, like, be was kind of weird. Another thing that was kind of just mediocre, mid-tier, not the greatest, not the worst, was the white gel pen. It worked like every other white gel pen that I've used, where it scratches itself away sometimes and it doesn't like to write on like some surfaces. And the chrome marker Now when I see chrome, I'm expecting it to be like reflective, almost mirror-like, not just silver, you know? Now here's a few things that I thought were really awesome, and that was the gouache and the watercolors. They worked really good, and I can't wait to use them some more. There's not much more to say about that. They were just awesome, and I liked them. Something that I was like kind of shocked at liking was the paste stuff. Modeling paste, I think that's what it was called. It was actually really fun to use. Now I don't actually see myself using it in everyday painting or anything, but I know that it's an option now. So if I ever want to add any dimension to my paintings, I know what to get or what to use, you know? I'm just rambling at this point, so let's go ahead and close off 12 days of arts and coffees. Now, if you want to check out last year's 12 days, you can go ahead and hit the playlist right here. If you want to binge this year's 12 days because you somehow landed on the last video instead of the first one, you can go ahead and tap the playlist right here. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to do all the cool YouTubey things of comment, liking, and subscribing. And I will see you guys again in the next video. Bye bye!